Hi, it's Dawn here with Dee Creates Crafts. Welcome to my crafting studio. Today is Friday, and that means it's 3:30-ish, and we are gonna make some cards. Today, I have 3 techniques for you using household items to use for your stamping. This one, the little baby dots are made with pencils. I use the erasers from pencils. So even your kids could do this. It'd be so stinking fun. So I'm gonna turn you down, show you how I made it, and then stay tuned because I've got 3 total techniques for you. All right, let's get started. Let me get you set up. Woo, Nelly. All right, there I goes. Let me make sure you can see good. I think we're good. All right, I'm happy. All right, so this one is my sample card. So let me leave that right there so you can watch it while I get my other secret ingredients out to decorate and make the next card. Now I am using, look, this is actual print cardstock. There's one side, here's the other. So that's how I got the little striped, what would we call those, pencil mark, ink marks across. So I thought, how stinking cute, and wouldn't it add a little more, a little something something to do instead of just a plain white piece of cardstock. This one I want to make a Christmas card, so I've pre-stamped and die cut some little holly leaves. I got us a little thingy for sentiment. Here's our base, and this is going to be layer number 2, and then this is our actual project. So the dimensions of these cards are not the takeaway for today. What I want to send you home with to make for yourself is this technique. This is just an A2 card. If you want it, need it, I will gladly put some dimensions in my comments section, if you will, and especially if you're a beginner. So I've got some little ink spots here, and we are just gonna do, let's try, and I wanna see how it works. If I just do red and green, and if it just looks too cheesy, oh, that's pretty, then we'll add a third color. Now I took a pencil, it's not even sharpened, you guys. Here's the eraser. I'm stamping the eraser, whoops, there's my red, into the green ink and stamping it onto the page, just straight down. But on this one, some of my centers weren't as perfectly opaque as I would like, but I don't feel that matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make sure we have odd numbers. 8, 9, 10, 11. Now let's switch to red, you guys, and see if we need more green even. This is so sweet. It's totally looking Christmassy, don't you think? It's getting me tickled. There's no rhyme or reason to where I'm putting my dots. I just want it to look cute. So I'm just putting my dots around. That almost, oh, you know what I did? I was gonna say that looks purple. Y'all, I dipped it in the green. Dag nabbit. Okay, let me see if I have some. I'm gonna have to wipe it on. I'd rather have scrap paper, but I'm gonna have to mess up my little. Good grief, Charlie Brown. So I just kind of erased it a little. I made a hot mess right there, so I apologize. You have to stare at some hot mess, but back to the normal, huh? Oh my gosh, the red adds so, I must have done it there too. Let me see if I can put more red on top of it. Sort of, kinda. Let's add more red because I had to move my green out of the way. I'm nervous I'm gonna do it again. All right, let's fill in some holes, and then I'll get some green out again, and then I might come back and add some red. But this is your technique. You see why the kids can do it, school-age kids. I'm thinking, how cute is this? I'm thinking not like toddlers. I have a toddler grandchild, and I'm not sure that if this would be a little too advanced for her, although you know she's one of the smartest babies in the world. But definitely preschoolers and school age and preteens and pretty much any age of child, young adult that enjoys crafting. Yeah, I'm liking this. And I'm not feeling a need to make it totally isolated, my little dots. Some of them I'm doing really close and overlapping. Let's make this one go off the paper a little bit. Why not? It just adds a little. That looks stinking cute. I think I'll do it a few more places and then I'll come back with some red. Oh, Lord help us. I just dipped it in the red. You guys, it's only a little funny, right? Good grief, Charlotte Brownie. All right, back to my green. All right, now I'm gonna put the top on my green because I do not want to do that mistake again. If you want, you can always add a label of the color if you want to keep your pencils separate, like red, green, blue, yellow. You don't have to. You can see I made a hot mess. You can just erase your eraser and easily clean it up and change colors is what I'm finding. I do like it hanging off the edge a little bit. That one needed to be a little dark. Oh, Lord help us. There I go. Sending up a silent prayer for my crafting as I'm grabbed the wrong ink or knocked my poor little ink over. That's starting to look quite Christmassy in my humble opinion. I'm enjoying the way it's coming out. You can see, just go nuts and add a little too much because this is the focal point. This is our focal color. This, once we add it on top, you can see it's just gonna add all the bells and whistles. The rest of the card is just a basic card. This is our showstopper right here. So that is why I'm adding a lot of dots, and I see myself adding more red than green. Are you laughing? Do you see it too? Let me put my top on my red, which I should have done from the beginning, and I'm gonna add a little more of my sweet little green. Just add a few more, fill in a few more white spots, you know. I don't have many, as you can see. Look at there. It's filling up beautifully. Let's add a green next to a green. Make it look a little, I don't know what, but it's stinking cute either way. All right. I guess I could go crazy. I could stop here. We do have some of the black with a little bitty bit of the white showing through. I love the print of this paper. Play with this. Get you out a piece of some black and white cardstock and play with this. And I've got one more technique for you at the end that you could also use some black and white paper and play with that technique. Da, da, da. All right, should I call it a day with this technique-y? Ta, ta, ta. I'm kind of having too much fun, but I'm gonna stop because we're gonna have more fun with the next cards. So let me put my pencils aside and we're gonna do a little bit of adhering down. I'm gonna adhere this decorative part to the next layer. And again, look, my layer is a piece of two-sided cardstock. So I'm just gonna use the black and white side like that. And then we're gonna do a bow around it. All right, so I got a little baby blue. Sometimes, I like it towards the end. Sometimes if I get too much, I like to brush it off with a piece of scrap paper. That's not really scrap, but kind of like just wipe it off so it's there, but it's not as much. And brush towards, well, I was gonna say brush towards the middle. You don't have to. So I'm gonna put that there. Just lay this down. And this particular piece could go horizontal or vertical, depending on your personal taste for your card. I'm just giving the edges a little pinch so my glue will dry faster, if you will. So I want to add a little piece of red ribbon to that before I adhere it down. Let me see about where I want that to go. I'm gonna go a little pinch below center because we can. And let me get my glue dots out. There I go. Let's Just eyeball it. That's very pretty. And then I'm going to put another glue dotty right there. Nice, very nice. Well, could be nicer. There we go. Give it a little haircut. So now we've got that. So I want to decorate it. I made a little banner. So we're going to stamp this banner with a sentiment, but you've seen me do this recently on quite a few. The second little banner, I'm going to lob it in half. And that's not exactly in half. But what we're gonna do is use it like a little baby border here. Is that the right side? This is the right side. So that it's gonna extend the white and just, look, I'm just gonna lay it down so you can get a sneak peek and just add a little color and make the white pop off the page, if you will. So this one's Christmas. Here's my little Christmas stamp. Hope that's not too little. No, it's cute. Now I am gonna add some holly leaves over here. So let me see, I think I'm gonna have to do my sentiment more to the right side. And should we do it red or black? Oh, let's do some red because I've got a lot of black going on. Yeah, that's sweet. Come here, little thing. Make sure we have some ink. Huff on it. Give it a little stamp. It's so sweet and fun. And I'm tickled we used red. Do you like that? You know I love my black ink. And in my humble opinion, the black ink just makes sentiments pop. I love, love, love my black ink. I just love black on cards. I just think it adds a sophistication. It adds a little pop. It enhances practically any color you could add to your card. So I just really, really, really enjoy working with black cardstock. I had a decorator friend tell me once, we should each have something black in every room of our house. And I thought that was interesting. Now you guys are going to be like me and walk around the house and make sure you have something. I did count the fireplace, you know, around the edges of it as part of my black. Come on, little dimensionals. These are dimensionals, which you know. And let me see if I need one in the middle. Nah, I think we're good. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is that? All right, so let's put, I may put a knot there. So I'm gonna put it a little to the right, like I did. We're gonna play with our holly leaves. I'm gonna cut off the stem because I'm gonna tuck it cleanly under the other one and have that little stem stick out. Oh, look how cute it's looking, you guys. And I think I'm gonna put a red knot right here with some more ribbon, but let me adhere down my little baby. Kind of like, what are these again? Poinsettia leaves, kind of, yeah, sugar sharp. Love, love, love. Let me see if I need any more, a little more wouldn't hurt, a little more glue towards the top. You can see because it's elevated, I'm not gonna put the glue all the way to the edge. Here we go. And I think on top of that, I'm gonna do us a little, just a knot, like a faux bow, if you will. Tuck that out of our way. And with your bow, you know, I like to take, here's how you make a square knot. Right hand, right crisscrosses over the top of the left, tucks down behind the left, and sneaks up through that hole. Give it a little tug, and then here's the left one now, so left over right. So now it's gonna go over top, kind of pull that over top the right one, tuck it into the little hole, and pull it gently and kind of manipulate your knot a little, because wait till you see the top now. Well, I pulled too tight. There I go, there it is. You can see if you pull too tight, it's gonna mess it up and not be quite as sweet, but we don't want it slipping and sliding either. Now we have an option for the base. Do we want to adhere that down flat or elevate it? I'm feeling the need to maybe elevate it, don't you think? All right, since you agree with me, we will do that. Oh my goodness, look, the whole little edge came off, so we're gonna use it. We're gonna use everything, so I do use what should be the border that holds the dimensionals in place. I don't waste it. I put it right on the back of the card and use it, use it, use it. Got one more little corner here. There I go. So I'm just gonna peel these little heifers off. Come on, big bad boy. There you go. I got 2 more cards for you. I usually try to wrap this up in about 30 minutes tops, not keep you all day, but share with you a technique or two. I shared with you in the beginning. If you're just now joining me, my name is Dawn. I am Dee Dee Creates Crafts. This is my studio we're creating in right now. I've got to move this because that's just a hot mess, and it may not be distracting you, but it's distracting me. So we made a Christmas card, we made a birthday card, same little technique with our pencils and ink, and that was all we used. So let me tuck that to the side, and let's get ready for our next technique. We might need a piece of bling before I close up shop. Let me just put one little baby bling. Done. Cute. All right, so we put those little guys aside, and let's get our second project. And this is it. This one's a little Halloween card, and we don't always send out Halloween cards. I don't either, except to my grandbabies. And this one I may actually give to my daughter because her daddy calls her Pumpkin. So I just thought this was a sweet pumpkin, a sweet jack-o'-lantern. Now this is your technique right there, the background. So let me get all my goodies out. We're gonna make this one too. Now here's our tool. This is bubble wrap. What? You could use the full-size bubble wrap too, or the little minis, whatever you want, but this is what we're gonna use today is bubble wrap. I already cut that up, didn't I? On purpose. I didn't want to forget. All right, go away decorations. We are going to, all right, this one I am gonna do this way, and, oh, it went on the floor. All right, let me grab it, you guys. I'm doing so much stamping, I decided I better bring this back so I don't make a mess, you know? All right, so with this one, I had my yellow. Here he is. I've got some pretty ribbon, some bling, and my Daffodil Delight yellow. Use the bubbly side. This is the raised side, this is the flat side. And just the best you can, kind of wrap it around your fingers. I don't know if I can do 3 fingers, but I'll try. I might could. And get you some good ink on there. See how I have? And just come in, ta-da! And press, and we get these adorable little bubbles. And we're gonna create a beautiful background using what? Nothing but bubble wrap. How cool is that? I mean, how creative and fun. Done. Your background is finished. Done. You're complete. That is it. Don't you love it? I know. So, this one we're gonna do horizontal. I had an idea with this. Let me get my trimmer because I have a little baby idea for this. This is 5, so let's cut it at 1, 2, okay, let's do, I want to do 3, I should have done my math, 1.5, And 1.5 would be half and 1. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Let's do 1.5, and I'm sure I've messed up my measurements, and that'll be okay. Let's do 1.5. Is that good? Yep. And then the larger one is in the middle is gonna be a little larger, but then we'll have our sides. And I'm gonna trim, you know what I'll do to make it even? That's gonna work. I'm gonna give it a little haircut in the middle because I want some of the background, the green background to show. And this was perfectly even. So let me see if enough green shows. And I'm feeling good about it. It's still a little wider. We could just take off another 1/4 inch and make it the same. Why not? Because we can. Let's do it. I still like the idea of starting with one piece and then going nuts. So I'm going to adhere all this down. A little trick I like to do, you guys, is to adhere the center one first. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to use some glue because, let me eyeball this. Just eyeball everything. I am not into measurements. I just soon eyeball it. I like cute, fun, and easy, and I want you to enjoy cute, fun, and easy. And this is a craft. It should be fun, even if you make a business out of it. It still should be fun. For most people, it's a hobby. And a stress releaser. How about during the pandemic? How many of us turned to crafts and puzzles as a stress reliever when we were in the house? So of course I turned to card making. You know what I also did? In addition to card making, I did do crocheting and knitting. So tell me what crafts you did during the pandemic, or do you have a couple of crafts in addition to the card making or scrapbooking that you do? Some paper crafting. Maybe you make jewelry, maybe you make soap, maybe you knit and crochet like I do. Maybe you cook. I'm gonna count that as a craft, you guys, because let's face it, cooking's cooking, baking's baking. I think it should totally be counted as a craft. Make sure I'm liking my spacing. And that's the beauty of the glue, having some wet adhesive, is we can have a little wiggle room before the glue dries to make sure we're happy with our what are now strips. All right, so I also got very pretty. So let's get me a little of this. Appreciate you joining me today. If you're watching the replay, let me know. And remember to subscribe. And I do not know where or how to do it. However, there is a spot with a bell. Let me see which side to do up. And if you hit that bell, you'll get notified when I go live for the most part. Did I do this backwards? Oh my stars, I'm so glad that's the back. You guys, look what a hot mess. But we are going to hide that hot mess. I want it to go this way, yes. I was laying it down so that the more bluish side like that would be up, and I want this side to show more. Beauteous. All right, let me make sure it's pretty even. And then come on down. Got it. Give it a little haircut. Got it. Cute. So with this, we're gonna go horizontal. I was thinking, I did 2 little banners and they're not the same shape, but I'm thinking that looks pretty cute, don't you think? Just like that. So I'm gonna glue it down. I hope you like it because I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah, I kind of want just the end to peek out the end. Make sure I'm doing it good. Yep. Da-da-da. So probably about the same on this side. Flip it over because I want it approximately eyeballing it about the same distance. And that, yeah, I definitely want it going in this direction. Yeah, I like the yellow. I'm going to elevate that, of course, and then I'm also going to, I've pre-stamped a little thank you. So let me see if I want, is that one it? These are just some fussy cut flowers. I cut 3. Let me move it out so we can see that it says thank you. And then this little baby guy, I put a dimensional on, and I'm going to put the baby flower on top of the other 2 flowers, so it'll look almost like a little bouquet, if you will. Can you see that thanks enough? So I'm going to make that crooked and pop that up. And I think it's going to be cute. All right, let me find here. I found them. Nope, I'm gonna use these guys, you guys. I'm gonna use these guys, you guys. Yeah, that'll give it enough body, you know. Got one more technique for you after this, so hang around. And I want to see your cards. So when you make your cards using these techniques, would you mind maybe going on Facebook and trying to see if I want to go more centered. I think I will. I'm going to go this. Isn't that funny? It's like, what? Go on Facebook and post your pictures for me. I want to see the cards you make. It just makes me happy to see all the fun, to see that you're using my ideas. That just really is heartwarming, and I like to know that you are enjoying the videos, but also using the videos for yourself. And then you can use, there I go. Let me see if I need any more in the middle. Nope. You can make the exact same design cards. You can simply just use the technique. You can copy everything. It's totally up to you. You don't need the same paper. You don't need the same, I think I am gonna do it like that. Sweet. I think I had a little bling, so let me add a little bit of bling to this. Got some green right here. Little green guy, come here, little green guy. I do kind of really enjoy, I may do that flat for the male because I've got 2 of these elevated up. I'm gonna put a little glue under my ribbon to hold it in place even though I have a glue dot. I just do that for a little extra strength, if you will. And that's something to consider too when you're using pop-ups and wondering how many pop-ups to use, is consider how many stamps it'll take. I try to make my cards so they'll only take 1 stamp. Every now and then I get a little carried away. But you can see with this is elevated, this flower's elevated. I didn't want too much elevated where it wouldn't flatten out. So now you have these 2 cards, exact same little baby technique, just changing the colors up. So I'll put these 2 aside, and we have one more technique for you. Get my little display. This guy, so this is the one I was sharing with you, is a little bit similar to the first one I did with the pencil erasers. So I'm gonna get out my little stamp pads. I've got some twine, and here are, let me put that towards the bottom, so you can kind of keep an eye on that and yet watch the card and see all the, come out, how we decorate, you know? Yeah, that's gonna have to be tall. So I'm gonna use it this way. I am going to grab my little messy sheet because we're gonna do some stamping now. I'm gonna just use, you're gonna just use bottle caps, you're gonna use the bottoms, you can use bottle of a soda can. I've got some, where is it, my little glue guy? I just threw it to the edge here. Here he is. No, I don't wanna use that one. This is, let me use a bigger one. This is the bottom of a large glue. I don't know what that is, so let me get this guy. So we'll get, yeah, medium and small, you know, and we could even add some of the polka dots in there with our pencils. See? Look. Go this way a little bit. I love going off the paper, so you have like a little mark, you know, just a peak of a mark right there. I don't know why, but I love, love, love that. All right, I'm gonna close this ink, and we may come back to it. I may feel the need to do more with that color like we did with the pencil guys. So this one, there's our ink. A little deeper. Not much of a difference, but just a hint deeper, you know? Okay, so we did with that one. And now let's get just a hair, just a pinch of the Magenta Madness. And I think, I'm trying to decide if I want to use the pencil, or let me do one on the side and see how it's going to look. It's kind of wild and crazy, don't you think? I like it. Let's do it. I just won't center them so they look like eyeballs or dots, you know, a face. Oh, Nelly. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's do 8. 9. 10. And let's do 11. I feel like I need one there, but let's stop. I hope I can get. I tried to wipe off a little of this ink. I just don't want to get the ink that stains my fingers onto the actual pretty. So I'm going to get some actual pink baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap it around a few times, and then we'll do us a little dot. Dot. My mind is stuck on dots. We're going to do us a few knots, or one knot. And no matter how thick or thin my ribbon or twine is, I always do right over left, left over right. And if you remember that little formula, and it's almost like a little nursery rhyme, right over left, left over right, you'll always make a beautiful square knot. Open that up a little bit, make that tighter. Okay, my little scissors. So then I was going to layer all that on top of the pink, and I believe I will use some adhesive to adhere that down. All right, and this one's going to be vertical, this card, because of the decoration I chose. So I'm going to pop up a little circle, and then I've already pre-colored our little girl. And I've got a little sentiment for her to pop out from under her. So just all that stinking cuteness, you know? So let's see if I want that down and her up, and I think I do. That kind of looks good, don't you think? I'm gonna put that on the bottom. What? Because we can. And then what I like to do is do the bottom half of her flat and then bump up with the pop-ups, the top half. And I just think she looks so Shay adorable. I think she's going to a birthday party because she's got her dress shoes on, not winter boots. She's got a party dress on. She just looks so pretty, our little birthday girl. I'm not thinking she's little though, because she has, I felt like they were high heels, but they might be more like flats, but they still, because of the point, look a little too grown up for a little girl, don't they? They're more of a young lady. Well, is all my glue? Yep, I guess it is, huh? I don't want that too low. Maybe I could go this way. I think I will. Make sure she's not crooked. See how sweet she looks? And let's do the little, so glad it's your birthday, but I want to pop that up too. And I think I'm just going to cut that off, that little edge, because it's going to be tucked under anyway. And then we're done with our class, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will show you all 3 techniques at the end. If you're just now joining us, I hope you will hope you will subscribe, hit the like button if you've had a good time. Definitely make these cards and share them with me on Facebook or Instagram, Pinterest. You can find me all over social media, Dee Dee Creates Crafts, or Dawn Davis for the YouTube. Okay, I am going to adhere this flat again because I've elevated a couple of the elements. All right, so we've kind of got, I don't even know what that is. I didn't put a sentiment. This little lamb could be a baby card, a baby shower card. This is definitely birthday. This could be birthday. And then we've got our other cards, our other techniques. See how I felt like they were similar? We have our bottle tops, and then we have our, make sure you can see everything. We have to go down further. Better, much better. And then we have the last but not least, let me go this way. And these are everything, all 3 of your little demo guys, your demo cards. We have the pencil eraser tops for this one, this one, this one, this one. And then we have, oh wait, I'm sorry, pencil marks, bubble wrap, bottle caps. And we did a little bit of the pencil there. What do you think? Tell me in the comments your favorite card. You have to tell me which you like best and which technique. Yes, we're gonna have a favorite card, but tell me which technique you liked best. You can see it's all stuff you already have in your house that you could totally do these 3 techniques. And then let me know if you've made these, when you make these, post them on my other social media platforms, you know, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Subscribe, hit the like button if you had a blast, and I'll be back next Friday and we will make some more fun stuff. So until then, have a great crafty weekend and I'll see you then. Bye now.